Hello, I'm Jason James.
And I'm Robert Trapp.
I've been bleached.
And I've been sunbathed.
Welcome back. I know it's been a minute again.
Yes.
And we're going to kind of continue a little bit, I guess, about the politics. I know some of y'all are on to the politics and some of you aren't, but we thought we would keep it real as far as our lives and where we are right now.
Absolutely.
Because that's been a focus.
Yes. And today, our hat is off to General Colin Powell.
We salute you, Mr. Powell.
For his endorsement of Barack Obama.
Well, and not just that, but to me, for keeping it real.
For keeping it gangster. He not only kept it real, he went on national television and said, this is why I'm voting for Barack Obama, this is why I don't want to vote for John McCain, and this is where...
But he didn't there
was no bashing.
Right. It was really a very honest...
It was what I expected from him. It was, yes, he's a very, very credible individual. Somebody sent me a text message after he announced that he was going to endorse Obama. They were like, how do you feel about it? And what does this add to Obama or whatever? And I was like, well, what it does is, for anybody that had a speculation on his credibility, getting an endorsement from Colin Powell is like...
Right, especially when it comes to overseas and everything else.
That's a pretty big deal. And he also said that if something happened to Senator Obama, that he feels like Joe Biden could be a good president.
Right.
And he said that he didn't think Sarah Palin was
a no-go?
It was no-go. She got 2 thumbs down. Okay, pause.
Speaking of her, I know you said you saw Saturday Night Live with her on it. And I'm sorry, and I know, like a lot of politicians go on and do different things, and it's been fun. But they really nailed her a little bit on it, and she's sitting right there like...
Right. Especially when Alec Baldwin came back there.
Oh, he said, how can she be on stage with this woman?
He's like, we don't agree with nothing, or she doesn't agree with anything we stand for.
And then the little rapper, she was like, pow, she was
let me tell you, Tina Fey is horrible.
And she does not like her at all. Tina Fey.
I know.
I love Tina Fey.
I can kind of tell in one of her interviews, I think it was Letterman.
Yes, I saw that too.
It came across that Tina Fey wasn't into it.
And because she said that people had asked her, was her portrayal of her kind of supporting her and everything. Like she said, no, it's just being a very critical look at,
Right.
But you could tell, definitely tell.
Well, the thing is, in this point in time, especially for women, and for the women who watch the show, please feel free to comment. I'm trying to understand how a woman could vote for Sarah Palin, given her views on some sensitive issues, one being Roe versus Wade, God help us, that I think we both share a similar stance on. And not that I really feel all of that great about giving my opinion, because I can't carry a child, I can't spit one out. But for those of you who can, don't you want to be able to have a say?
Yeah, my thing is this: people pretend like life is so crucial. Oh, life. And they're the same ones pumping their fists for the war, and everybody's dying left and right. And now these are adults, dying. But at the same time, wait, you can't abort that child.
Right. I'm glad you said that, because that's the perfect point. There's thousands and thousands upon thousands of American troops and citizens and Iraqi troops and
people around the corner dying every day.
Right, they're dying every day. But this war is United States orchestrated. So you're actually sending these people out for national service to defend the country, but several of them are dying. So you're going to tell this one mother that you're going to control.
This is a decision for you.
Right. That she can't have the choice to whether have an abortion or have the baby, especially I'm pro-choice with stipulations. Rape, incest. Don't think abortion should be used as a method of birth control.
Oh, right, yeah.
But if you think about it this way, if you start restricting a woman's right to choose, here you go again with a rising back alley abortions.
Oh yeah, hangers and everything else. Throwing themselves down the steps.
Yep, other ill-fated ways of having an abortion. We got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, definitely.
Get out of here with that. You're not going to tell me, or not me, but I can't tell another woman, especially as a male candidate. I love how Barack handles it. I cannot make that decision for you. You have to choose between you, your family, your God, or whoever. But to me, that's with anything.
I hate anything that restricts. Even with gay marriages and stuff, and I know nobody's really on that boat of things, but it's anything that kind of doesn't allow somebody to do something, I never understand why that is.
Right.
Now, I understand, of course, if you say you can't murder, you can't shoot your gun at somebody and kill them in the street, you can't do this, you can't do that, but when it comes to somebody's body and it comes to somebody's beliefs,
right.
I just don't get that.
And
how can I tell you, because I came up with that conclusion for myself, that you can't do it for yourself?
And I guess I can go into the point where it's constitutional about Roe versus Wade, that, you know, a woman has the right to choose. And even with some people, like you talking about gay marriage, about constitutionally,
I love
like I said, I feel like at this time, and this is just me personally speaking, another thing, we have bigger fish to fry. I'm not into, at this point in time, reinterpreting or trying to interpret a different way for marriage to be a union other than anything between a man or a woman. But you also know how I feel about marriage in general.
Yeah, I think marriage should be abolished.
So it doesn't matter if you're straight or gay or a dog or a cat, whatever. But I do appreciate the fact also that both candidates and both campaigns have stood up and said, even though it came a little more forceful and a little more, I think it went over a little more well from Barack and Joe Biden did, we support civil unions and the benefits thereof. What Sarah Palin said is something about,
I like them all.
in terms of contract negotiation. Cut that out. That's not straight talk. What do you mean by contract negotiation?
She don't know what she means.
I want Ellen and her wife or whatever to be able to visit each other in the hospital, sign documents for each other, be beneficiaries of each other's life insurance policies should something happen. Health benefits, medical benefits, everything. If you can't go into a church and have a priest pronounce you woman and woman or man and man, who cares?
And this is my thing too with Sarah Palin, because this is what kills me, and McCain tried to do this too. Oh, and everybody uses these zinger words now, you know. You say, you just use these words and think that it meant everything. Like he said, oh, and Sarah Palin and autism, and she knows everything about special needs children.
She does.
She has a little infant. She has no idea about anything. There's no idea.
There's been a conception, a birth, and I don't know how old the child is. Apparently it's small, so she
can't be doing much. If
you want to talk to somebody about autism, talk to Tony Braxton or somebody who has an older developed child. Jenny McCarthy, who's pumps her fist.
But like people just use it and they pick her strategically for stuff like that.
Did you see what happened on one of her campaigns? She came out. Our vice president or could be, God hope not, but she came out in some knee boots and a mini skirt with the baby, like jumping the baby around when she walked out on stage. I said to myself, That's about the only opinion I can form. It's really a sad time. The thing I do want to say about her is that there's something about her. She has this Teflonness about her, and people see it. Like she has done something to excite that side of life. She has, and hopefully with some molding and maybe some more experiences or whatever, she'll become a better national figure. But right now she can stay in Alaska. Like the Alaskans, I don't even know how they put up with that. Somebody just wants so much control over everything.
Oh God, yeah.
Like and they talk about not wanting more government. If they want to restrict what you do with your sex organs, that's like the biggest form of government there is. Forget taxes and education and everything. They're going to be taking surveys of how many times you have sex.
They all up in your uterus.
Did you pull out? Did you shoot in? Did you conceive?
Did you swallow?
Right. Did you do the morning after? Did you whatever you do? I mean, do some strange things for some small change. Well, but they're going to want to know. And no, big brother, get out of my bedroom, out of my sheets. Now.
Well, anyway, this will probably carry over yet again, but we're really getting close to election day.
We're almost. But if any of you didn't get a chance to go to any Obama rallies, you missed a treat.
He called me up, but I didn't want to get assassinated.
Yes. I got there at like 8:30 in the morning. He didn't start speaking until 1:30.
Yeah, he visited Philadelphia last week?
Yes,
last week.
Both of my feet expired, but I stood up anyway. Because Barack said, if you'll stand up for me, I'll stand up for you. That's what he said.
It must have been good, like the feeling from that.
It was ridiculous. And it was the perfect representation of America. Robbie, there were white, black, Chinese, Indians, 5-year-olds.
Aliens.
Aliens. It was 90-year-olds.
This is a no-brainer.
It was the dark-skinned bald-head dude from the Dave Chappelle show with the poppy eyes. He was there. Like, it was so much energy, and it didn't look like a KKK meeting, which is what I've noticed that the RNC looked like to me, first of all, and then every rally thereafter for John McCain always gives me this nasty feeling like
we're going to go hang somebody.
Like I'm about to get lynched early.